So really what people are thinking.
Okay, well.
Any other questions from BMSD? I go back on the wall. Thank you, appreciate it. Paul, I promise you a 5-minute slide.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 minutes, 5 hours. Thank you.
12.
Yes. Well, I think we're creating a qualitative researcher.
Right.
All right, so really
Y'all
quickly,
do stay in contact with us by BMST because this is y'all know. We literally are just operating we're kicking off, we're having a big roundup in July coming up. We have, we're bringing the guys in, we have a meal over in the Panther Room. So it's really, literally just kicking off, so y'all here, right, in the very beginning, so we can involve, ask questions, join in with us.
I know that we have connected you all to narrative for the education studies program, and that might also be some experiences within students that are in the cohort.
yeah, definitely. And there's a couple of platforms that we talked about, and we recently started a partnership with New York ISG. We'll talk about that in a second. So just to cover a little bit of one of our other projects, we're not just preparing Black STEM educators in K-12 system. We're also building, taking care of America's highways for the next 100 years. This is, and our engineering guests are gonna like this one. So Prairie View is leading the NCIP, National Center for Infrastructure Transformation. It's the Department of Civil Engineering that's leading this project over here. And other universities like Michigan State, Arizona State, Rutgers, Texas A&M, Blaine, and Texas A&M Transportation Institute, they are co-collaborators in this. We are, now this is where Mach 3 Center comes in. And over a period of time, we have rebranded ourselves as a catalyst that brings STEM and social science together for long-lasting change. So by ourselves, by our own skill set, Dr. Bonner, Dr. Rai, we know nothing about building highways, but so our role is providing faculty development. We talked about framing and maintaining a research agenda. We talked about cultural responsive pedagogy, a lot of these things that are missed. And what we realized why these partnerships are becoming more fruitful, because we both of these sides need each other. You're writing a grant for applying for an NSF grant, and you don't even mention your social science impact, they're going to return it back. So that's where we come in place. And then we also know that over the last decade or two, we have seen the devaluation of a liberal arts degree. We've seen the devaluation of social science degrees to some extent. But this kind of collaboration allows a win-win scenario. So this is one of our projects that we're working on right now. I'm not going to take a lot of time because we have other things on our agenda as well, but I did want to introduce this and a couple of our platforms. So JMACL, the Journal of Minority Achievement, Creativity and Leadership, is our in-house journal. It is peer-reviewed. It is published by the Penn State University Press. It's a fairly new journal, and we started in 2019. Is that right, Dr. Bond? 2019. So there's a lot of exciting stuff happening with this journal because the 4 big pillars are minority achievement, creativity, and leadership. So that really brings a whole bunch of topics that you can bring under this journal. And I'll share a lot of that information with you. So what I was talking about is New York ISD. So when we were at AERA, and Dr. Bonner was a keynote speaker, presenter at the Hilliard Sizemore Research Course on African Americans. So now we've started doing, because of these collaborations, we want to focus on that and show how these collaborations look like. So we started using the journal for special issues. So through that program, through AERA, some people from New York ISD reached out to us, and we're working on a special issue that's focused on New York ISD. They're looking at retention rates across the district. And this is the first time that we are transitioning out of the Texas state borders, outside of higher ed, and getting into K-12 with a special issue. So this allows us to cater to customized topics. We made the system in a way where six manuscripts will make a special issue. This is something that as our collaboration moves forward, this is something that we can definitely collaborate and work towards, depending on whatever research agenda falls. I know there's a lot of different units represented over here, but this has a lot of potential. The other platform that we have is.
One second. Yeah, I just wanted to say, also, Dr. Ryan being modest, he was the managing editor of JMACL. So he actually. So just like, but the Milton back here knows more about me than Steve and I do, and Raj is JMACL. He went to ARA, did an amazing presentation and actually gives so many opportunities. He works with scholars from all across the country. And JMACL, just to briefly say that that was thanks to President Bruce Simmons. So she came to me and said, because I was talking about Mark Green, she said, well, Fred, there's something that would really ground your center is to have your own journal. When I was at Princeton, we started Meridians. So I think that you need to have your own journal. So I was like, yes, ma'am. So she said, oh, wait, what do you mean? And I went with an academic press. You're in down here, make it happen. I said, yes, ma'am. So a year later, I actually, I guess the subject matter that I was proposing for the journal was pretty provocative. So I had bites from Texas A&M Press, UT Press, SUNY, Michigan State, Penn State, Fordham. I settled with Penn State because of all those presses, all great. Penn State Press, they've been doing it so long. They were so looking for a journal like JMACL. And because they have such a system there at Penn State, that press has been there for so long, it kind of lets itself. So Dr. Raj is taking over as managing editor, so peer review. And I was telling him, I said, I already kind of had this. Dr. Parker laughed at me. I tell him, I said, I got my great ideas in the morning in the shower. So I said, Dr. Raj, I had an idea. We can do an Ascend special issue. Let's call it Ascending in the HBCU space. And then, so I'll need 3 articles on the Yale side and 3 articles on Purdue side. That's a special issue. So, you know,
It has really allowed us to redo our approach towards collaboration. Just a few months ago, we had a consortium of 6 different universities from Mexico. And being in Texas, we're in a good place where we can partner with Mexico and other Latin American countries. And we're really excited to work with that and then spread our work, not just in Texas, what we do, but also outside of Texas. The other one I was talking about is the book series that we have in-house as well, that is published by Routledge, diverse faculty in the academy. This is the one Dr. Bonner was talking about. The book that just came out today is this one, Belonging in Higher Education. These are the other 3 books in the series. So both of these platforms are relatively young, but we're able to use a lot of collaboration. We're able to use a lot of input, manuscripts and book proposals. So both of these have been quite a highlight for the kind of work that we're doing. We're able to show that as well. Two other platforms where we're able to bring in, because not everything is a manuscript, not everything is a book for a larger impact. And what I personally think is platforms like this humanize the work that sometimes manuscripts and books are not able to do. So we're able to bring in interdisciplinary speakers who are subject matter experts. Tomorrow morning, we're going to have a Mark Treatment masterclass lecture. Thank you, Dr. Michael Lowenberg. Even the topics, I'm probably will butcher this. What's your topic? Fluid something? I struggle getting a passing grade in STEM, so forgive me. Perfect. So, but just to give you an idea of the range of topics. So in spring, we had Dr. Andrea Augustine Billy from Centenary College of Louisiana, and her topic focused on Creole literature. We were talking about African American literature, And Creole, she works, a lot of her work is translating Creole work into English for preservation. So platforms like this and the Resilience Lecture Series, it allows us to go beyond manuscripts and books and establish those connections, establish their impact. And I'll be, once, I know this is your first visit, but so I don't want to overwhelm you with all the information. I will be following up with more of this kind of stuff so we can see how we can approach collaboration in these platforms. That brings us to the end of our slideshow, our presentation. It's longer than expected. At this point, are there any questions, comments, any closing thoughts? Dr. Parker, would you like to add something?
Well, I always have something to say when I get a little time, but I can say one thing, bringing Yale here is really, it's historical here. It remains, I love you. See, what we're saying now is, you're gonna be up there.